Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Welcome back to my fluency journey, right? And in this video, we will do some tongue exercises, mouth exercises, and some tongue twisters, right? Firstly, let's do some exercises. So first exercise is soft palate yawn or lip thrills. Firstly do lip thrills. So yeah. Okay, one more time. Let's do lip thrills plus some song. So I'm using that. You can guess my song, right? One more song. Okay, let's do next exercise, which is yeah, tongue swirls, both clockwise and anti-clockwise. 10 rotations on each side, right? Okay, let's do it. Okay, I did 5 anti-clockwise. For me, it's anti-clockwise because I'm recording in the entire action. And then 5 clockwise, again 5 anti-clockwise. So we are doing set in a 2 set, right? So first set is of clockwise and next set is anti-clockwise, again clockwise and then anti-clockwise, right? Yeah, you got it. You know what the difference it makes when you speak, and you also see difference. You can check my first video and you can check my this, so you can see what how my articulation changes, right? Oh, that's so intriguing. That's so interesting. It like feel some I feel some pain or something in my tongue and jaw. It's very dopamine. It will give you some dopamine, right? It's crazy. Okay, one more set in anti-clockwise and then again clockwise, right? So on this and then this. Okay, let's do it anti-clockwise. It's Y, right? Now in clockwise, right? So let's do, yeah, start. Yeah, very crazy. Okay, what the next exercise is? Okay, next exercise is tongue left and right. Okay, means that way and that way. So, like we will hold it for 3 or 5 seconds on in each direction, right? In each direction. In each direction, 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 direction. Okay, this is round one. So we'll do 5 rounds, right? Oh, oh, let's do some lip thrills. Okay, some hiss sound, right? Like I'll show you like that. So take breath and do that 10 times. Round two. Okay, sorry for that. Round three. Round four. Round 5. Okay, it will be last round because I'm sneezing, right? I need to take care of myself. Okay, let's do some tongue twisters. Okay, so yeah, I will let me share some tongue twisters which we can discuss today, which we'll practice today, right? Cheek, puff, hold, ostrich, freshly fried flying fish, a proper. How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck a wood? Let me add a text box there so like, you can also see that what's in there. Uh, yeah, text. Okay. Can you transform? Okay, I will close that firstly. I don't know how to. Okay, I think it's visible, right? Let me change some color. The set color, custom color black. Black would be right. I think it's visible, right? How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much would a woodchuck? How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Like you have to open your mouth, you have to over articulate each of the words so that your mouth opens. You are like you will be able to stretch your jaw, stretch your tongue, stretch your mouth, stretch your lips, so that like it's a good exercise. Like it's a good mixture of exercise plus training your tongue, right? And when you're also speaking something, how much would chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much would would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Right? That's the speed. How much a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck chuck could chuck wood? How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck chuck could could chuck wood? How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Red lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry, yellow lorry, lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Yellow lorry. Red lorry, 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 yellow lorry. Yellow lorry. Red lorry, 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 yellow lorry. Red lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry, 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 red lorry, yellow lorry. Right? That's the thing, right? Okay, we can also do some yawning exercises. Soft pellet yawn, right? Oh, oh. Oh, oh. Like it is a natural amplifier in your mouth, right? When you use your soft palate and hard palate, then you can substantially increase your volume of your like speech, right? Oh yeah. So if you wanted to increase your palate speech or your speech volume, then you can yawn before speak so that it will enhance your and it will enhance and it will increase the volume of your speech. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, that's a very simple exercise. Okay, raise another exercise as lip thrills to song is the okay, tongue inside and outside is another exercise like or hold your tongue like for 5 seconds outside and 5 seconds inside, for example, like that. You need to stretch your tongue, right? Oh yeah, that's not great exercise, but yeah, it's cool. Oh yeah. So also use a mirror, something like that, whenever you are like. I will show you. So like I'm currently recording video, so I'm watching my camera output in my monitor, right? But like you can use your mirror to record your, it's not record, to do some exercise related to that thing. So it will give you some self obsession, right? You need some self obsession to grow in life. You need some self pity, self reprimand. You also like reprimand yourself so that you don't feel just like it's not my fault. Sometimes there is your fault inside you. Sometimes there is fault inside you, but you need to self reprimand yourself. Self. This is this essential thing in your self growth, right? Okay. So these things are done, right? Okay, I will upload that video and soon, right? Bye bye. Please like this video, share, share this video, and subscribe to my channel, please. It's take a lot of effort, right?